Good morning, it's Jason Sloan, and today is Monday. And guess what we're talking about? Money, business grants and loans to help you guys out. We were working on this to get this out today to you guys through email and Facebook and all the other avenues that we send everything out. But it just didn't work out because we had to get some more information. And the good thing is we got some more information because we actually got grants. All we were going to talk about is the SBA stuff for the PPP and also the EIDL loans. So without further ado, we're going to change the screen real quick and go into here. So this one, yes, it says Energize Colorado. There's certain things. This is a gap fund. This is only for people in Colorado. We do work with quite a few contractors here. But the overview is there's a lot of money there, $25 million. There's a $15,000 grant, and then you can also do a $20,000 loan for $35,000. As far as all the dirty details, I didn't really look into it because we're overviewing so many things. But if you're in Colorado, here's something for you. And we'll have all these links available for you guys, along with these documents, the links for the documents. Right here is financial support. And this is going to go, this is across the U.S., most of these programs. So this one's a low small business program, grants of $20,000. And you can click here to learn more. This one is gone. Unfortunately, it was $100,000 grant. That would have been really good. You had to apply before June 15th. But there's a ton of information. There's stuff that different. This one's a $10,000 grant, but you have to have 2 to 50 employees. So some companies have 1 employee and everybody else is subs. So this wouldn't apply to you. And there's quite a few other programs. The list is pretty big, but you can take a few minutes, go through this. This one's another $10,000 grant. This one's $10,000 to $50,000. And there's stuff right here. This one's a good one. This one's for women. It says people of color, which I don't know why they said that, and immigrants. So, it's just a lot of good programs for you guys to check out. The next thing we're talking about is the PPP Loan Forgiveness. So here's the application. There's a whole lot of information to read that you have to fill out to get this. Certain individuals will be able to get the entire loan forgiven. Other ones, it'll be partial. So if you're like me, I have my accountant fill this stuff out if I had done the PPP. I unfortunately write so much stuff off, it wasn't going to work for me. And then here's some more information. We'll include the links for these as well. This is the frequently asked questions. So that way, this kind of helps you go through it. It's still 11 pages. I don't know why they don't have it simple, but you may be able to have a video, find a video if you Google it. Not all of them are good. Some of them are better than others. And that came from this page, frequently asked questions. These are the people that I use. She's in, Teresa Sutton's in my network group. She has 2 of these pageant services. They're all over the U.S. and I sent them probably 30 people. I sent her probably 30 people from Denver, and the majority of them switched accountants because of that. And I'm not saying you need to switch accountants, but I would contact them. I looked on their website and it doesn't have anything as far as right here. It's an 800 number, or they want you to fill out. So if it was me, I would just put the information in here and call your local one. It's probably easier. If you're on the other, it's probably more of a sales call. The other say, hey, I got suggested to you guys by a consultant that I work with. Next thing we're going to talk about is the EIDL. If you guys have not done this, do it. You guys may have filled out some information and to get that $1,000 grant. So you just need to look this over. Look through your stuff, your email. It should be from SBA. If not, you can call their 800 number and we'll have that information available to be able to contact them. It's actually in here. So just so you guys know, the loans are up to $2 million. I was able to get a little over 100 grand for my business. The way it works is you take your gross, you subtract your cost of goods. So that's going to be your materials. For most contractors that are going to be watching this, it's fairly easy because you have subs and you're buying the roofing material. So you may say, well, my gutters, I don't have that. Well, you have what you made, the difference. So you're going to take those fees out. I screwed up mine. I would have got a lot of extra money, not $1 million, but I would have got probably about $30,000 extra had I done this correctly. But it didn't make sense for me to redo my paperwork because they need you to fill out 3 forms. Now on my brother's end, he didn't do it correctly at all. And they said they were going to give him $1,400. And I'm like, there's no way with 4 employees that you only made $2,800. So if you guys need help with that, just let me know. I can help you. But this program is ending soon. Oh, also the PPP, that needs to be in by the end of the month. So make that a priority. If you guys got PPP money and you're going to get forgiveness or possible forgiveness, you need to get that in ASAP in the next 2.5 weeks. So this is for the EIDL. It expires December 21st, 2020. So that means you guys have a couple months, but it's really simple. It takes like 5 minutes once you have your information. So the interest rate is 3.75%. That would be for the majority of us. Not too many roofers or contractors or nonprofits, but it's a 30-year loan and it's got 1 year, no payments. So on that 100-some grand that I got, my payment's just a little over $600, but it won't start till next year, next September. And as long as you're using it for working stuff, it's fine. Don't be going out and buying boats and all that stuff like those guys did with PPP that are getting in trouble. If you're doing something for a company vehicle or something, that's one thing. But let's be smart about this. I mean, the whole point of us is to help you guys do better. Here's that 1 year loan, or the 1 year as far as the first payment goes. Here's the website. Here's the 800 number. So if you got that grant money, chances are you filled out that stuff. You can call them if you can't find the email, and they'll look through it and tell you. Here's stuff if you get denied. You don't have to have perfect credit, but you can't be completely bad credit either. So this is the applications. It's pretty simple. Most of us are under 500 employees. So it'd be that was me. But there's some different stuff right here. This all has to be checked. So like I said, I don't know too many roofers, contractors that are also lobbyists or anything, but look through this. You have to be able to check all these. Then it comes here. You're going to put your name, trade name if it's separate. Most of us have Inc. and then our logo and stuff doesn't have it, so you'd want to put both. Your EIN or your Social Security number, organization type. So whether an S corp or an LLC or sole proprietor or whatever, that's where this one does. Right here, are you a nonprofit? Are you a franchise? What's your gross revenue from December 31st, 2020 back a year? So overall, that should be pretty easy. You might have to contact your accountant, bookkeeper for that. You also got your cost of goods sold. Once again, only the materials. Only the materials. That's very important, especially for a large company. Do not put your labor. I put my labor in for my guys, and I got shorted about $30,000. Now, if you're a big company, that could be $300,000 or more. So that's what you need to think of. And if you already filled this out and you need to redo it, and you're looking at that much money with the rate and the 30-year loan, this does not come around. I've never seen this, and probably nobody who's been in financials and all that other has seen this either. So then there's some more information. None of this applied to me, so it didn't really matter. But that's where that is. Then that I didn't have that. So then you got your address. Here's your rest of your application, and done. Now, some people say, oh, well, it takes forever. No, it doesn't. If you're looking for those emails, it'll be fast. One of my clients that I helped with he got his done in less than a week, got funded and everything. As far as me, since I didn't know that I had already applied, I put it in. They said you had already applied. Called them, got my password reset, and all they needed for me for that $100,000 was actually a copy of my driver's license. So once I did that and sent it over, that was a Friday. On Tuesday, that money was in my bank account for my business bank account. That's the other thing. It needs to be a business bank account. You need to be a legitimate business. Now, as a sole proprietor, obviously it's a little different. You can be doing, but you want to talk to them and let them know what's going on. Hey, I run everything out of my personal bank. And I've seen some of that. Most of the guys and gals that are watching this are not going to be in that realm. But if you are, talk to them, let them know that's what they're there for. And actually, they were the most helpful people that I've talked to for pretty much anything when I call. Most of the time you call and you get sent to the middle of nowhere or somebody doesn't know anything. They literally said, hold on a minute. They did the research. And I mean, it was like a sales call, but they weren't salespeople. And the funding fee is only $100. So it's super inexpensive. I mean, even if you say, hey, our year wasn't that bad, it's a rainy day fund. And yeah, you have to use those funds in a certain amount of time and for certain things. But hey, if you're able to grow your business with this money for next year, or it was short, like here in Colorado, we didn't have hail in Denver. We had a couple small storms on the outskirts and a decent one in the Springs, but there's a lot of guys that said, "Hey, we're chilling." And 2019 wasn't great either for hail in Colorado, but there was work. It was all over, but not much in Denver. There was a little bit in Denver, but a lot of guys were working in Fort Collins, Greeley, and Colorado Springs. So Colorado Springs seems to be the new hot spot, but Colorado is weird like that. You'll have a spot that gets hit 3-4 years in a row, and then it won't have anything for a while, it seems like. So we're going to sign off. There's one more thing. So I found this when I was looking through everything. Evidently, so total money dispersed as of September 14th, when this report was over $190 billion. Of that, California got 33, almost 34 billion, and they're probably over 34 now. So yeah, they got a lot of money going out there. So if you have any questions, you can get to me on either one of these. You can either get to me on my email, or you can hit me up on phone also. And we hope this information was helpful for you guys. Have a great day, and we'll be in touch.